out of this video is why cancel culture is not a successful thing and never will be. I'll tell you one thing, nigga. People just say, let's cancel so-and-so, which is okay. People just stay mad for like a week or so and then just move on. That's one thing. They not going to consistently remember why so-and-so should be canceled.
Topic I am asked more about than cancel culture. Do I believe in it? Does it work? Why doesn't it work? Who should it work for? Who shouldn't it work for? Who should?
Do I want to be affiliated? Of course. I got the followers. I just need like five chatters at the same time and an average of 3 viewers, I think.
Be canceled. Who shouldn't have been? I'm just one girl. But jokes aside, let's talk about it, because the idea of cancellation, the concept of cancellation,
For sure.
I wonder who first coined that term in the context of like celebrity and fame, or the context of media and celebrity. Who coined that? Who came up with that? Anyway, the concept of cancellation originally was good and made sense in theory. I mean, calling the act of no longer supporting someone due to their behavior, canceling them, or cancellation wasn't anybody's best work. But in terms of wanting to get bad people out of good spaces and or hold them accountable for their inexcusable behavior, it was good. And it was important, especially in high-paying,
See, they ain't even
industry.
cancel the people who needed to be canceled. It's like some people that should have been canceled still on her. Nigga, Jeffree Star, James Charles. What's the other dude, bruh? The Jake Paul is the sociopath dude. I forgot his name.
Is where people got away with
give
and
me your
continue
Discord,
to get away with doing
okay.
whatever they want. The problem became, though, besides the fact that it's incredibly difficult to cancel someone these days for reasons I will get into, is that people began staging witch hunts over jokes taken out of context, tweets from decades ago that made sense culturally at the time, things people had said decades ago, already apologized and atoned for, and learned and grew from. People stopped doing call-in.
Like, people literally go and look, like they would type somebody's name and then type whatever they're looking for just to find something. Like, I feel like at that point you're just in too deep.
And educating people. They stopped letting people make mistakes, apologize, and do better next time. They held everyone to an impossible standard of perfection that not only stripped people of their personhood, but stripped life of its nuance. Young people of today who were blessed to grow up in a more socially aware and conscious time were making enemies of people who grew up decades ago when the world was very different. Quite frankly, the world was very different even 5 years ago, and they refused to let those people learn and grow with the times, failing to discern intent from impact and when one mattered more
Why she mewing for real? She got that bold glamour filter on
than the other. Ultimately, things got very unserious. People started missing the forest for the trees and over-exercising their first opportunity to play hall monitor, leading people to become very over the concept of cancellation. Nobody wants to hear it anymore. There's also the aspect of us now living in an attention economy and how y'all are anything but stingy with your attention. Because when y'all don't like someone, when you believe they don't deserve to be famous, instead of ignoring them and letting them fade into irrelevancy, y'all talk about them 24/7. You hate watch them, you comment on all of their posts.
Hate watching is the
Remember,
lamest
hate
thing you
comments
could do.
are still engagement, thus giving them a career. But again, I'll digress. Besides, again, all of the things I just mentioned aren't the real reasons why canceling someone isn't really real, isn't really a thing that can be done. Despite the fact that cancel culture, the act of everyone collectively losing their mind, witch hunting, trying to ruin someone's life and or career, is very real. But the real reason why canceling someone can't be done or is very difficult to do is because we've democratized media and we no longer have a monoculture. And honestly, it's more of the first than the second, but I'll explain the secondly. 1. When you become famous, when you become an actor, a singer, a dancer, an internet personality, a public figure, you do so through 2 avenues. You either A, have the support of the industry, or B, have the support of the people. If you're lucky, you have the support of both. Support of the industry can look like nepotism. It can look like being a favored actor with a great agent who gets booked countless roles because of your connections. It can look like being a signed artist who's supported by their label or liked by more famous artists, therefore you keep getting promo and features. It can look like The girls who work in PR for Sephora or Target constantly giving you brand deals because they like you. Support of the industry just means that the people with the money, the brand side, the corporate side, the business side, the people who buy billboards and pay for radio play, the people who pick who gets to be in the movies, the people who cut the checks, like you. And when you have support of the industry, you're constantly offered a multitude of opportunities that give you a career and keep you paid. Support of the people looks like being a famous YouTuber, a famous streamer, a vlogger, an Instagrammer, a TikToker, a truly independent musician whose success is coming solely from fans streaming the music without any additional promotion. Support of the people or support from the people is simply when your fame isn't industry built or paid for. It isn't from million-dollar ad campaigns or promotions behind the scenes or money behind the scenes. It's from you posting your art or your content or publicly being engaging and people choosing to follow. Using myself as an example, not claiming that I'm famous, of course, but my success is from the people. My success comes solely from 2 million of you deciding to come sit on my lawn and listen to me rant and rave. Those are the two avenues to attain fame. You have to have the support of the industry, or you have to have the support of the people. If you're lucky, you have both. Now, if you start with the industry support, like if you start as a young actor, for example, it's much easier and much more likely for you to garner support of the people as well. When you start online or solely off of the support of the people, it's a lot harder to garner industry support. It's difficult to break into traditional media from new media, but different convo. Now, back when we had less democratized media and more of a monoculture, industry support meant everything. It was a big deal. And it's still a big deal because they're the people with the money, of course, but things have changed. Back in the day, your only way to attain fame was through industry support. There weren't two avenues, there was one. If the industry didn't like you, you didn't have a career. Blacklisting was actually a thing. Saying you'll never work in this industry again and meaning it was a thing. Because support from the industry was your only way in. If someone did something heinous that everyone was against, that threatened the bottom line of the industry or the businesses, they truly could be canceled or blacklisted from future opportunities. If only they had the morals we have today back then, huh? But now, not so much. Because with democratized media, social media platforms, etc., it doesn't really matter if a label never wants to work with you again. It doesn't really matter if an agency doesn't want to work with you, or if a magazine doesn't want to work with you. It doesn't really matter if you're banned from radio or from the Grammy stage or anything else for that matter. Granted, it wouldn't be ideal. It would make your life much, much harder, but ultimately,
I ain't worried about
it doesn't stop you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and subscribing to me on YouTube. If you liked it, come check out the rest on Patreon. See you there.